This series is pure AIDS. Have you ever thought about raping a rapist because they did it so maybe they deserve it? Well, if you watch this series, it will try to convince you that it's really fine to murder a murderer and it doesn't make you a murderer as well, and you're in fact a beautiful queen who definitely didn't poison children or more recently had his uncle killed, she giving the green light. This character of Kate believes that because she had a 2-week rebirth process, is suddenly a new person who can judge the very person she asked to kill her uncle. Bronte and the so-called feminist team can act as judge and executioner and decide it's okay to lie, torture, lock in a cage, and poison, and have his balls chopped off. Because hey, he's playing the victim. Kate only gave a shit about falsely imprisoning Nadia and only cared about releasing her when it served her own egoic purposes, but we're supposed to believe this is some sort of spiritual rebirthing process that she went through. The series makes you believe that a sad story isn't enough to justify murders, which is why Joe, the main character, is judged so proactively. Now, a victim story when you're a woman does definitely allow you, apparently, to do the same things to him that he has done to you. Oh, you locked me in a cage? Here's how being locked in a cage and ball torture feels. But because of all the victim stories, it is very well hidden, apparently, because I can't believe if people do not see this, right? But most normal people do not want to, mug their muggers or rape their rapists or murder their murderers because they know this to be absolutely ridiculous and achieve nothing. However, women in this series take the roles as their mommy, aka wanting to raise the murderer, and decide he should not die in a fire, he should be saved, and then tortured until he gives her an admission of the things he did wrong. Shooting him would have been too kind for her, so she decides to chop his balls off and send him to jail for the rest of his life. A fate way worse than dying, I should add. And it doesn't matter if you have to let yourself be raped. Of course, this is a paradox of a statement. To achieve said purpose of having the murderer put behind bars, you are irrelevant, and any evil act done in the name of goodness and justice is absolutely justified. Apparently, if Joe wants to kill people because his mother abandoned him, this is not good enough of a sob story. But when Marianne and all the other chicks want to murder people because they were almost murdered or whatever, or wants to shoot him herself just because he was falsely imprisoned, this is not playing the victim, but totally normal if we try to understand whatever standard this series is disseminating. I'm not going to create new morals of what's good and bad. I'm just pointing at the fact that this is obviously to create division and an insane double standard which allows women to play the victim but not men. Am I saying then both should be allowed to play the victim? No, that would be understanding my message way too little. None should, but we have to depolarize because otherwise truth covered from our eyes they cannot see because they're so focused on division. Once you see and properly depolarize the message from the series, you see it has nothing good to offer to the world. So my job here is done.